All right, let's get this situated. Make sure we're good to go. Okay. All right, guys. Well, today is Sunday, November 12th. We are getting ready for The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 4. I am very excited for it. Can't even talk, I'm so excited. But post your comments in the live chat. What's up, everyone? Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday at 1 o'clock p.m. And do you like the time slot? I thought it would be good for West Coast, East Coast, European people to be able to have it on here too. So I think this time slot would be good for me. So but shout out to Booger Flat Booger. What a name on there. Peter Griffin, always with me wherever side he is. But what's going on today, guys? We got some different topics that I want to talk about The Walking Dead, what's going on in the world of The Walking Dead, and what's going on really with us. So first, I want to talk about a thing not Walking Dead related. Have you seen Thor Ragnarok? Thank you, Oscar. Love your videos. Thank you very much for the support. JTS Production, shout outs. There you go, guys. So have you seen Thor? I saw it yesterday at this AMC, and it was a good movie for sure. I think the director, producer was saying that it's the best Marvel movie. I don't agree with that myself. I agree that it was a very good movie. I recommend to go see it. And we were seeing in different movies that the the Marvel companies are the ones that really keep me going to the movies. So Thor Ragnarok was good. I'm excited for Star Wars, of course, in December. Then you got Black Panther in February, which looks good. Denai Guerrera, who plays Michonne, is in that. It's pretty cool to see her in that role, and I believe she's going to be in the Infinity War Marvel movie as well, which they're filmed in Georgia, some of it, a lot of it actually. So what's up, everybody? Kevo, M King, everybody joining me on this Sunday. So musical trolling, will Sherry return? Only time will tell, but I would think so. I don't like loose ends. Like Abraham said, I believe Sherry will return. Not this episode, probably not even this season on there too. So like I said, post your comments in the live chat. I'll get around to answering them. If I don't answer them there, just keep posting because I'm trying to keep content here while giving you some other questions and answer for us. Update of the book series, if anyone has picked it up. I have about half of the edit done for book 4, Conquered, for the Fight For Us book series. I put the link in the description because people are asking me how to get the books. Book 1 is in the link description of the Amazon link. So if you're Amazon, it's they go worldwide. They go to Europe, they go to United States, Canada, all over North America. So it's there for you guys. But the big question, I'm going to talk about some spoilers, I guess. I don't want to do all the spoilers, but if you've seen the other spoiler videos, it's going to be a big episode for 804 for the Kingdom. It's a heavy episode for them. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it's kind of like a bottle episode with a little Rick and Daryl in it is what I see. They're just saying they're getting away from the bottle episodes. And what a bottle episode is that it's contained just in that episode. It doesn't progress the story that well, but it's not really a bottle episode, this one. But they did that with the Tara episode, but they came back around and they're getting away from that is what Scott Gimple has said. So I don't think that's going to happen around in season 8. For this season. But the Kingdom, Jerry, Ezekiel, Carol, it's going to be a lot going on with them this episode. Shiva, of course, and then you have some Rick and Daryl with the Saviors. Hopefully it's setting up some stuff, and people have been asking me, like, what's up with Negan and Father Gabriel? I don't think we find out what happens to them until episode 805 at the earliest, maybe 806, but I would assume 805 is when we see them again on there. I posted a video this morning about some news about Chandler Riggs, his photo shoot, and people are saying, is it a new haircut? Is it this? I am, thinking that his hair was just pulled back. People are saying it's just pulled back in a bun. It's pulled this, it's pulled that. But, that would have really been a huge spoiler if he had a haircut on there, and it's a big change. So I don't know if Chandler Riggs, if the stuff's going to come true or not. We got to wait most likely till episode 809 to find out for it. But I think it should be answered one way or another, and I can't wait to find out with it on there too. So Mad Dog 2K85, I don't really play that many video games. I'm tempted to buy the Star Wars Battlefront 2. I was burned on the first Battlefront. It was pretty weak, especially for the fact that you had to play it online. There was no single player story mode campaign, which was annoying to me because I don't really have the time to play online as much as I would like to. But, you know, I'm tempted to buy the Battlefront Star Wars game, but I think I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to wait until, you know, next year or whatever to play it, especially to make sure it's good and whatever. It looks awesome. Much more content, much more of that, but I'm going to wait for that. So, good questions, guys. Robin asking about Heath. We just don't. Heath's the new Morales. Hopefully they bring him back at the end of season 8, but most likely season 9. My theory is that he brings back the Whisperer storyline, or he brings to the front of that. I think it's going to be a good thing. That's what the PPP card represents, because it says whispering. So I don't think we see Heath until very end of season 8, which would be they're filming that right now. They're starting the finale filming this week. They started Friday for the episode 16, and they're going to be filming all the way until November 22nd is what the date is saying right now. That would be right before Thanksgiving here in the United States on that Thursday, the 23rd. So I think they're really trying to stick to that timeline for the season 8, episode 16 finale filming for that. The big news that we had in a recent video is that, so this kind of gives away the finale a little bit, that Morgan, Lenny James, Daryl Dixon, Norman Reedus, Tom Payne, who plays Jesus, and Ezekiel, Harry Payton, could not go to Rhode Island Comic-Con, and I can think Josh McDermott as well, could not go to Rhode Island Comic-Con this weekend because of AMC filming, that they weren't allowed to leave for the filming of the finale. So those people will be alive, at least at the start of the finale. I don't know if they make it out of the finale for episode 16, the season 8 finale, but they will make it all the way to that season. So that gives some things away with it. But yeah, M. King JDM was filming, so Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Negan, was not filming early on of season 8 because he was filming a movie with The Rock called Rampage. I believe it's on the 80s video game Rampage based on that. I don't know what's too much about that movie, but it was filmed in Georgia as well, I believe. And Denai Guerrero was filming Infinity War by Marvel in Georgia as well, so that we might see them early on for that. Good question. Will we see Magnet in season 8, D-Man 14? I don't think so. I think we see her in the early episodes of season 9, because that'll be the new beginning storyline for it. As for that, again, guys, you know, people are asking me questions about spoilers about the episode tonight. So I hate to have you leave the channel if you don't want to know some spoilers, but I want to answer some of these questions. So, and I don't want to be known as a spoiler-only channel. I do other stuff, but, you know, we talk about spoilers. We talk about information. We talk about all the stuff going around. So if you don't want to know about some spoilers, just give you the heads up right now. So 1, 2, 3, spoilers. Jerry lives, Daniel Newman, the redhead guy, who we saw more of in the early part of season 8, doesn't make it. He dies protecting Ezekiel. Ezekiel is wounded, but a lot of the kingdom gets ripped to shreds by that 50 cal machine gun, and that would rip a person in half. So we'll see the devastation of that. Some walkers come around. Shiva saves Jerry, Carol, and Ezekiel, and Shiva gets her comic book death towards the end of the episode, which is a shame because I love the animal. I love Shiva. I love animals in shows. Like I love Ghost in Game of Thrones. I like the dragons in Game of Thrones. I like, you know, a lot of the different animals in the different movies, and, you know, it just sucks on there too when that happens. So I'm excited for the episode, but it's just a matter of time. I thought Shiva would be taken out in episode 803, but they made it to 804. So I don't know what's going to happen sorry, I'm reading some of these live chats. Some of these things are just too much on there as well. But great question, D-Man. Do you think Simon will die this season? As far as I know, he makes it to the very end of the season, season 8. I don't know what's going to happen with Simon. But again, like, Simon is just for the show. You got Simon, Jerry, Tara, Daryl. I'm blanking on some other people. Like, people that were just for the show, not in the comics, will be on the show longer than, the comic counterpoint. They might get a comic death, but they're going to be on the show longer than people think because they're just for the show, and that draws people in a little bit more. And also AMC owns the rights to those characters, so they're going to get more revenue towards that from the merchandise and whatever there too. Like, AMC hit it really big that Daryl Dixon is a huge part of the Walking Dead show because AMC gets all this t-shirt money and all this stuff. I mean, Robert Kirkman and the producers and those people still get a chunk of it, but AMC owns the rights to a lot of those characters. So anytime they sell stuff on that, they get a majority of the chunk on there too. So, okay, guys, I'm trying to read some of these live chat questions. You're asking some good stuff on there too. So I'm not trying to ignore anybody on there, just trying to get on there too. So thank you for joining me this Sunday. Episode 804 looks to be very cool, very awesome. It's going to be Kingdom, Rick and Daryl episode looks to be. 805 would be, hopefully we'll get some Carl, some Negan, some Father Gabriel stuff on there too. 806 and carry that down the road. The big thing is what everybody's talking about, episode 808, the mid-season finale. It's going to be 88 minutes long, total runtime, which will probably be about 60 to 65, 66 minutes content-wise, because there's always going to be about 20 minutes of commercials or so in the thing. They got to make that money, the revenue on there as well. So it's going to be a good season. I'm liking it so far. Who do you think? Good question. So who dies tonight in episode 804? Talked about that in a little bit. We talked about it already, but I'm liking season 8. How about you guys? What do you think? Are you liking it, loving it, think it's dumb? I like it so far. I think it's coming back with the way the world of The Walking Dead that we like to see on there too. Hey everyone, yes, Nicholas, I see you guys there too. So is this a YouTube username? You have to ask a question. I'm not seeing anything. It says you're just ignoring my questions. I don't see any questions on there. So Mulak, great question. How does Shiva die? She gets her comic book death. She is devoured by walkers, a lot of walkers, I would assume. But is that possible? Could walkers bite the mane and get through the hair and the claws? And because Shiva could just be like boom and just knock over, a bunch of them, and then kick another one and jump away and do this and just rip a people to shreds. Like, I just don't know how it's gonna look on there. I think it's far-fetched to begin with to have a tiger on the show, right? I mean, come on, a tiger not wanting to maim people and she picks the right people. If you saw the Kingdom panel, someone asked that question and it was great on there too. Thank you, PT Channel for Life. Great name right there. I love it. Love the name. But if you saw the Kingdom panel, I think it's part 2 or whatever, someone asked a question from the crowd and says, how does Shiva know which people are good, which people are bad on there too? And Harry Payton, who plays Ezekiel, it was pretty awesome, his response. And I don't want to give it away. I want you to watch the panel on there too. The Kingdom panel is really great. It's actually really great. It's 3 parts. It's really, they do a really good job of it, and it's very entertaining on there too. So, all right, Ruben, awesome, very cool. What's up, Coral? Ethan Kang, great name, Kang, Stuff and Things. So what's going on in the world of The Walking Dead? They are filming the season 8 finale as we speak. It was rumored that it was this weekend was a shoot on there, so they started filming this weekend, and there might be, solid 10 days of filming because it's going to end. Filming for season 8 ends November 22nd, so 10 days away on there. So what's up, Ruben Crespo? Very cool. Thank you guys. Want to do any super chats? Just ask your questions, put it in there too. We appreciate it. Very cool. Any questions in the live chat? Doing pretty good. So I'm glad I'm a part of your Facebook page. You're welcome, Epi Zombie Killer. We got the Walking Dead community Facebook page, all that good stuff on there. Remember, it's a community. I'm not the only Walking Dead channel. I know that. I know people are involved with The Walking Dead on YouTube. It's a big thing to connect everybody, and I'm just part of that community. I'm not the only channel. I might not even be the best channel. I'm a channel that We talk about a lot of cool stuff, spoilers included, comic book stuff, conventions, merchandise, all that good stuff. Also, I want to talk about a thing that I'm doing a giveaway when we hit 50,000 subscribers. We're growing every day on there. Very cool. 21 Fallout Chemical Crybabies. Can you check out the Carl hairdo video? I'll check it out. I'll definitely try to check it out. If you tell me to check out a video on there, I'll try to give you some feedback and what's on there as well. So MLG Vincent, thank you for 40,000 subscribers. So we're just about coming up on 41,000. When we hit 50,000, we are going to be doing, a giveaway. It's either going to be a Walking Dead prize box giveaway or an Amazon gift card, like a big one, like at least 25 bucks on there too for it. So we do a quiz and we'll do a couple other things when we get closer to that. We did a couple in the past and we're going to be doing more giveaways. I'm also going to do a mystery box of Walking Dead stuff. I'll make it available on eBay or sell it direct. We're doing Walking Dead mystery boxes, and they're going to be awesome mystery boxes. They're not going to be like, oh, have you ever been to conventions and you bought a mystery box and you just don't like what you got? I mean, I bought a mystery box. There was 3 Funkos in it. They were all terrible, and you're like, I just wasted, $30 on that. But my mystery boxes are going to be pretty cool. You're going to have at least 5 to 7 good things in there, Walking Dead related. Some will be Funkos, some will be loose figures, some will be, different merchandise, but it'll all be Walking Dead related stuff. So we'll have it on eBay, we'll have it there, direct sale, PayPal, and all that stuff. So I want to have some cool stuff, some cool mystery boxes, and it's pretty cool stuff. I'm trying to get more and more materials together to have that in there with it as well. So I'm excited for it, but thank you for the compliments on there, guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everything you guys done to me so far, for this point with the support, watching, viewing, commenting on there, and being a part of it. I am definitely involved with the Walking Dead community, and so are you guys. You're my Walking Dead, my PT peeps, and my Walking Dead family, like I call you guys, and I mean that. I say, and you guys are awesome. I really meant to. It's not just, oh, you're awesome. I really do mean that. I can't do this without you guys. So I really like you guys taking the time to join me on this Sunday and doing that. It should be a good episode, 8:04. I'm very excited for it. Always Walking Dead Sunday. We got some football going on too, if you live in the United States, on there. So overall, I saw Thor yesterday. I thought it was good. Really excited for Star Wars. They had the trailer in there for Star Wars The Last Jedi. I wonder if they'll ever make a Walking Dead movie. I know they talked about that, but it wouldn't really fit in that world too. So maybe down the road, maybe in 10 years or something, they make a Walking Dead movie. I wonder what the future of the Walking Dead entails. So also, I got there's an awesome artist that I gave props to on my Instagram. So Instagram at the PT channel that made the, try this again. All right, guys. So should be coming back online. Lost the connection on there too. Don't know if it was YouTube or internet or whatever. So I'm back. Sorry, guys. So part 2. I guess that was part 1. Part 2 of it. Thank you guys for joining me this Sunday. I'm back on there. So this Sunday, November 12th. I got my link to the first book series on Amazon in the description as well. So what's going on, guys? Post your comments in the live chat. I'll be answering your questions on there too. So like William, will Morgan be the same? I don't know. I don't know if Morgan will ever be the fine line, if it will always be crazy. Cray Morgie or a fine line, or maybe he ends up, because he says, I don't die. And if you watch the panel, I'm sorry, I'm just showing you the panels because there's a lot of good information on there too. But Morgan answers the I don't die, what he meant by that line. And he feels that he's cursed, basically. You get the gist of it. He gives a whole big, definitely check out the panel videos on there too. So Morgan, I don't know if he ever dies. Eventually at some point, right? He's got to do something to that on there as well. So Tudor, Walking Dead 95. I am excited for the Punisher premiere. I believe it's next Friday on Netflix. John Bernthal does a great Frank Castle character. I think he's great. I think he's... if you haven't seen Daredevil Season 2, that's where John Bernthal joined the series, and now he has his own show. Punisher, the Punisher on there too. Very cool. I'm watching Stranger Things. Anyone watching Stranger Things on Netflix season 2? I have watched this first 6 episodes, and we got 3 left to go. Pretty awesome series, and this season is good. I'm probably liking the first season better, but the first season is a little more involved with certain characters, and the second season is definitely different on there as well. So I like the idea of Coral. You're back. We're back, Coral. Yes, we're back. I like the idea of Stranger Things lasting several seasons and on there too. So I think it was pretty cool. It's a good show on there with Netflix, and Netflix has to get more programming on there, because if they don't, they're going to be losing the streaming services like Disney and stuff, who's going to be coming out with different streaming services in the next couple of years. And it's going to be one big streaming service, revolution on there too. Hopefully we can get rid of cable and you can just buy streaming services, and it's much cheaper than cable. You just have to have internet on there. That's not going away on there as well too. So if you just joined me, guys, thank you for joining me this Sunday, November 12th. We got Walking Dead Day. It's a good day. November 12th is episode 804. We have some news about a lot of good stuff on the channel on there. We got a lot of good stuff coming on. A lot of good stuff in the future. We got Walking Dead mystery boxes that I've been working on. I think that's where it cut off before. So I'm going to have at least 5 to 7 Walking Dead stuff in there. So there'll be some Funkos. There'll be some stuff. I don't want to give too much away, but it'll be worth it. I'm going to put it on eBay, put it up here at direct sale on PayPal on there as well. So it'll be worth the stuff. I hate when you buy mystery boxes and there's like crap in it. You're like, nah, I just wasted $30. I think I'm going to be around the $35, maybe $40 price point of it, and it's going to be worth it. A lot of good stuff in there for your money from it. So I'm going to have that. I'll have that posted when we get around to it. The Walking Dead episode 804 looks to be good. I think it's getting better each episode. This one is going to be good and bad at the same time. It's going to be sad. A lot of big stuff's going to happen in here involving the kingdom. Did anyone see the first 3 minutes of the episode? My favorite character, random person, my favorite character is Michonne as well. Has anyone seen the first 3 minutes of the episode that was leaked or spoiled, whatever you want to call it? It was put on there by, somebody, and I saw it. It was pretty cool. It's definitely a little different. You can see it's a little setting things up. It involves the kingdom, I'll just say. And it's real. It's legit. People are asking me on there too. So it's pretty cool. I think overall it should be a good episode and a bad episode at the same time for it. If you got any questions, guys, keep asking in the live chat on there. I appreciate you guys taking the time on this Sunday. Trash people, I guess that's a question when we'll see Jadis again. Hopefully we'll see her return. My hypothesis would be episode 5 or 6, maybe even 7, but they come back around this season, the first part of the season. Oceanside, we get a lot of questions about Oceanside as well. They'll be back as well. And we don't want any loose ends, We had the Morales thing done. Morales is gone. That storyline is gone for it, and thank goodness. It was just annoying to know that that's what they did with that character. I like the idea of bringing him back, but I don't like the execution of it. It's just terrible. So, killing Abraham off. Great question there. 1189 Paris. That I would have liked to seen Abraham fight in the war here and just be a casualty of war, because what happens here is that you're going to have casualties, but they're going to be smaller characters. Eric, I guess Morales, Daniel Newman, certain Francine. You have the smaller character deaths. Abraham, I think, would have been a better story to die in the war, fighting, doing something like he's in the military, so he was going to come dying and serving his side and serving everything would have been pretty good. So, guys, we had some technical difficulties with the thing coming there and coming back. So we're back, and we're going to go for probably another half hour. So post your comments below in the live chat. To me, it's on the right side of the screen as I'm looking at it. If not, just post your comments on there too. So I don't think Rick gets captured this episode. I think he gets captured either in episode 5 or 6. And what do you think of that? Like, does he get captured because he goes to check with Jadis, or he gets captured because they actually capture him? You know, I don't know. Like, we'll find out, because in the trailer at some point you see a truck come in and boom, hit a car. Is that a trash truck coming in and hitting his car and taking him or whatever? Or does he just willingly go into the trash people's area and just knock on the door and say, hey guys, hey Jadis, look at this pictures. We're actually doing good, guys. Come join us. Be on our side. We'll see how they answer that and what's going on for it. So M King, will book 4 be out by Christmas? Definitely out before Christmas. It'll probably be out before Thanksgiving is my goal, is my hope on there too. So Thanksgiving is November 23rd. Today is November 12th. It's going to probably take more edit time, and then I got to put it in the system. It takes about a day, and then finish all that stuff up and move it on there too. So, hey, Negan just joined us, guys. So it's pretty funny for that. Sorry, I'm banning some of these comments. Some of the comments are pretty bad, but some of the comments are good. Like, you guys are posting some good questions on there as well. But yes, my book should be out in before Thanksgiving, definitely before Christmas, and definitely before December on there too. So sorry, we had some technical difficulties. The questions in the live chats are coming up a little bit better here on there. Coral, Ethan Kang's back up in here. Yes, I love Michonne. Michonne is my favorite on there on the show. And if you read my books, there's kind of some characters that if you like Michonne, you'll like some of the characters in my book, the Fight for Us series on there too. So it's a good zombie apocalypse book series on there too. And we're growing more and more every day. Book 4, I got content probably for at least, I don't know, 7, 8 books. And then we'll see where the thing goes on there too. It'd be pretty awesome if it got picked up on there. But overall, I'm excited. I haven't played the Telltale games. I played the first one. So, Grindface, Ireland up in here. Nice. You like Conor McGregor then? So, and yeah, there's just comments. Some people are writing some mean comments on there too. You know, not a big fan of of comments coming around that are just disrespectful. There's no need for it on there, guys. Come on. Keep it clean. We're a good community. We're a good family here on there too. So, M. Kim, you'd like number 2 the best, huh? Have you read the third book? I like number 3 book myself on there too. So, I am thankful for you guys checking me out this Sunday for it. So, Epic Zombie Killer, does my book have any character deaths? Yes, for sure. We get new characters jumping in the fold to replace old characters in this, and certain characters die and certain characters live, but certain characters, I mean, I would say eventually down the road that a lot of characters will end up dying, but you know, we got to have some story with this on there as well. So random person, thank you. The best YouTuber. I wouldn't say I'm the best by any means. I just care about it. I care about you guys. I care about the community. I care about the content I do, and hopefully it comes across in a good way on there too. So what happened to the junkyard people, Clash Clans? I think they went home. I think they went home to their little trash dump and their pile of trash, and they were playing around and rolling around in that with their guns that they got. And I want to know what the deal was with Negan and Jadis, with what happened. What were they saying? 10, 8, 10 people are, you know, are a resource. Well, are you trying to eat these people? Are you working with these people? Are you cannibals there, Jadis? What's going on with that too? So, yeah, thank you. Pretty cool. I'm glad you guys are up on the books who have read them. If not, hopefully you guys have read them. M. King, up in the books. Yes, the main character is Ryan. It's me, but it's a little different for the book. You know, I'm Ryan in the books, but, you know, and it's little differences here and there. But overall, people who have read them like that on there too as well. So not sure, Zombie Killer, Meg Stansfield, I don't know what that means with that there. So very my voice is soothing, very nice. But we don't know Gabriel's fate yet. Great question there, Kayla. We don't know, but I would assume he's around for a while. He couldn't be killed by Negan, right? I don't think Negan really kills any more characters the rest of the show. The main characters, if you know the comics, you know that Negan has a big part if they keep him right. If they stick with the comics, you know, that's what the big question is. And they say that the show is the show and everyone is this and everyone can die and no one's off limits. But come on, people, we all know that certain people are off limits. Like if you watch, like I watch the show, I'm going to watch the show to the very end. You know, even if they killed Daryl or Michonne or Rick or Carl or whoever, I would still watch this show on there too. I like the idea of just seeing how it's done, unless the show got really stupid, which I don't think they would ever do. Who could die on the show and then you'd be like, I'm not going to watch this anymore? To me, nobody. I think everybody is available to watch, and I think I would watch the show if they're, you know, going to die on the show or not. I just like it on there too. My favorite season is season 6 on there too. There we go. Sorry, we're having YouTube's slowing me down here on there, but I don't know what's up with that. But having a little bad weather here in Florida as well right now. But overall, Clash Clans. I do talk about Game of Thrones. I don't have a specific channel just for that. I throw it in on this channel too when I watch it. I'm excited for season 8, even though it's the final season of it. So, but overall, I'm excited for the Walking Dead episode tonight. How about you guys? How do you watch it? Do you watch it on AMC? Do you TiVo it? TiVo? That's not even a thing. DVR it? Do you watch it online? Do you stream it? Do you have a streaming device? Do you have cable? What do you got, guys? Because our cable bill is going up, up, up. It went up another $1. It went up another thing, and I don't see cable going any cheaper than it is. I have, you know, it's Bright House, but it's Spectrum now, whatever on there. So beware of dog. How tall am I? I am 6'1" on there. So I watch it on my cable box. I watch it on, you know, Sunday when it airs. I watch Talking Dead, which I believe Robert Kirkman is on Talking Dead tonight with Chris Hardwick on there. I watch, people watch it all over the man and watch it on all these places too. So I have to watch it the day of so I can make videos on there too. And hopefully you guys watch the videos. I do a review and then I do a preview of next week's episode with, you know, the trailer breakdown. And then we try to do things if we missed anything, Easter eggs on there too. And I wish I could just sit and watch The Talking Dead, but I'm usually making a video about the episode while Talking Dead's on, so I miss some things, even though Talking Dead is like really essential to see if you missed anything in the episode for it. But all the time, I mean, and then sometimes I watch the replay of there too. Anyone watch Ride with Norman Reedus? I thought it was okay. It was different. The first one with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they were in Spain, and they were kind of all over the place. And then I watched a little bit of the one with Dave Chappelle, and it's pretty cool. It's a little different show. I think it's on Mondays now. It's not on Sundays. It's on Mondays for the initial episode on there too. So thank you, Mr. Chinful. Appreciate it on there too. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We're getting all these new people jumping in on here too. So post your comments in the live chat if you want to do a super chat. I will answer any questions on there too. Definitely always appreciate that. We have a Patreon page. Anyone wants to donate to the channel, it's always good. We put it back into the channel and stuff. We're doing mystery boxes coming up pretty soon that we'll make available on eBay and direct payer on there too for it. But it's going to be some cool stuff on there as well. Kayla, who ends up with the 50 cal? It's kind of unclear, but I believe, you know, Rick ends up with that from that. So we'll see how that, I want to see, because I would think the 50 cal is how Negan and them get out of the sanctuary, because there's walkers everywhere. You have to have a big weapon to mow all these things down. How are they going to get out of there too? It should be pretty awesome too. I'm excited to see how they get out, because Negan, we haven't seen him. So they're like, oh, because he's been filming a movie with The Rock in Georgia called Rampage, you know, at the early part of the season, and then he came back. So I would assume in episode 5, 6 will be we'll see Negan for the rest of the time there. But Negan hasn't been part of this war at all. He came out, said some stupid lines, got, you know, shot in the leg a little bit, and then we haven't seen him. So we've seen all his other stuff with Rick's going on. So we're back to the Rick being Rick, taking people out, even though he's got a problem with Daryl a little bit. Rick and Daryl have a different mindsets of the war, but if Rick was tortured and beat up and fed dog food and listened to that stupid song over and over again and tried to be broken down, you would be different too. I mean, I can't fault Daryl for what he's been through for it as well. So we don't know when Sherry's coming back. We don't know when Heath's coming back. We don't know when the Whispers are coming around. We don't know any of that stuff yet, and I just can't wait to see that. My favorite character is Michonne in the show. In the comics, it's Jesus, and that's the other thing. Jesus on the show for season 8 has been pretty weak on there. It's been like, come on, man, what's going on with that? And he wants to save everybody. And I understand that he can save certain people, especially if he feels that they gave themselves up. But you can't save all those people on there too. So it's just crazy to think of all those situations that would be like, what are you doing on there too? Yes, Dee, Daryl did not kill Dwight. That is for sure. And that's kind of a thing. Well, kind of you need Dwight, an inside man there too. So he didn't. But Daryl said if it's untrue, he's going to kill that guy. So we'll see if that ever happens. And I don't know how Daryl and Dwight can coexist on the show going forward on there too. So that'll be an interesting thing after the war is over and what happens with all that stuff to see Daryl and Dwight, go forward with it. So, yes, guys, we're getting a lot of stuff with Carl. Don't know if it's going to be true or not. The spoilers, if they're not. And remember, again, I said it 1,000 times. It's unconfirmed. I'm not saying that he's going to be the victim in the war, but they built a case for that. Is it true? Is it not? Is it going to happen? Only time will tell. We're probably going to have to wait until February to find out. So it's just crazy to think. But with all that, the eyes of Rick and how how crying he was and upset, I don't know if it was relief that the war was over. Did someone die? Did Judith die? Did Carl die? Morgan didn't die. Certain people didn't die. Certain people are still alive. Certain people are going to be around for a long, long time. And certain people were seen filming in the second half of season 8. So we'll know. And it should be answered. All this stuff should be answered over time. We just want to know now. So I don't know what's going to happen with the show and who's going to go, but I would assume there's going to be a couple more deaths in this season, and we'll see what happens in there too. We're going to have a lot more victims, in the battle, especially at Alexandria. I just don't know if they're big characters or not, because there's the big explosion at Alexandria that's going to happen in a big fight scene in the mid-season finale and the mid-season premiere. So the mid-season finale that's in December is going to be 88 minutes long with commercials and the runtime. So it'd be about an hour long of content, which would be pretty awesome. So great question, Dramatical Dog. Do I want Negan to die? Yes and no. I think it would be satisfying for Rick to take him out, but then the Negan storyline going forward in the show, if they stick to the comics, because Negan is a different character in the comic than the show. But I want to say I would like to see Negan die on the show and be different than the comics, because they have to mix it up a little bit, and I think that would be pretty good on there. So Dignan, very cool. Thank you for saying the good compliments. So I appreciate all you guys doing this. Thank you guys for asking questions. I'm going to go for about 15 more minutes on there too, so post in the live chat why that. So do you think the mid-season finale will take place at nighttime? Well, the explosions that we saw were at night, and there's a video of the actual explosion that's for the mid-season finale and the mid-season premiere, because I'm sure it's going to roll right into it. Episodes 8 and 9 was at night. I mean, that thing was shot at like 2 in the morning with the explosions for it. So, and the cast is there. Enzo, do I agree with your question? There are lots of semi-characters because they could expand the budget, and I have a few characters. Well, they need to thin the herd, and they need to start taking people down. You need to have, lesser Alexandrians, and then you need to bring Heath back, and you need to bring this back. So you still need to bring a lot of things back and answer a lot of questions, but you have to, thin people out. So thin the character list out. And eventually, Gregory's going to go away and certain people. So we'll see what the big thing in the mid-season finale and the mid-season premiere is, because the characters, and Jared, yes, the good Valerie, but when will Jared die? Not soon enough. In the second half of season 8, we have to wait for Jared. So we have to wait for him to go to Hilltop, had that stupid smirk on his face, and then leave and be taken out. So we'll see Jared live for a while longer, and it's just going to be annoying to see that guy away. And we need The Walking Dead to do more satisfaction for us, satisfying deaths and kills, and Jared will be a mean one and a big one that'll be gone. Hope we have to wait till around episode 14 or so on there too. Great question. When will Siddiq come back? We'll see Carl and Siddiq most likely in the first half of season 8, probably episode 6 or so, I believe, maybe even episode 5. But Siddiq will come back around, and I don't know if he's going to be a bigger character on the show or what, but I'm excited to see the idea of it. You know, Sadiq is still alive in the comics. He's not the biggest character by any means, but he's a comic character. So, Dramatical Dog, do you think that is Grace in the Flash Forward? It's supposed to be Judith. We have that in the video that we made, the theory on there too. So thank you, Lynn. You were awesome as well. You guys are all awesome, and Lynn, you were awesome for saying it. But in that video that we have, the Judith Gracie theory is that it says Judith 6 years old on the trailer. So it's clearly Judith and what's supposed to be Judith. I just wish that Rick would have been like, oh, hey, Judith, or whatever, and then we wouldn't know. We wouldn't have to say that. But no one said Judith's name, so it could be Gracie or whatever, you know, or something. I wish he just said that a little bit more. But they leave things ambiguous and open because of that, too. So, everyone, we got a bunch of new people joining us, so very cool on there. So, what's going on, Epic Zombie Killer? I'm not ignoring anyone on there, too. Post your comments in the live chat on there for that. Any other questions on there too? Would you say Daryl is acting more like Carol in season 5? I don't know if that's a good question. I don't know. Daryl is just going off the deep end. Daryl, if you had Daryl, Morgan, and Carol all together, the war would be over. But they're not. They're all over the place. They were together and then they split up. Morgan is going on his own. He's going, you know, Lone Ranger. Then you got Daryl, you know, with Rick, and Rick kind of whatever. And then Carol is with Ezekiel and them. So they're kind of all split up. If they were all together, the war would be over, I would say. So, so Earl's the blacksmith from Hilltop. Don't even know his name. But Maggie, I don't know. How do you guys feel about Maggie? I like Maggie being a leader. I like the idea of that. Hopefully she'll start having some belly in there too, showing a belly bump. Having the baby. The baby will not be born this season. Most likely be season 9, I would think. But because the first 3 episodes were been 2 days, a 2-day timeline. So it hasn't been that much longer. It's besides the flash forward, which is so far away. But people are like, we didn't see the baby. You didn't see this. We only saw Rick and Michonne and Carl who walked by, and then Judith, and then some of Alexandria. We didn't see, you know, flash forward Maggie on purpose, of course. But do I agree with Morgan killing Negan's group or Jesus' decision? I like Morgan right now. I'm Team Morgan. Jesus was saving everybody, even the people that shouldn't have been saved in my eyes. You can't save everybody. Not everybody is good and worth keeping around, especially that guy who broke the bottle at the outpost of the pills, the Maggie's medication, or the baby pills or whatever. I'm blanking on what it is. But the things, will Gregory die this season? No, most likely not. I would see him making it to season 9, unfortunately, on there. So good guys, good questions on there too. So what's going on with you guys? I'm excited for episode 804 tonight. Walking Dead is always a good day, always good content on there too. You know, I'm very excited for season 8. I think it's a great season so far. Hopefully you guys do too. Did anybody go away from the show and then come back? Did anybody, you know, did you be like, I'm not going to watch it anymore, and then you came back, it's pretty good, let's watch it a little bit more? Because the ratings are going lower and lower and lower is what they are, but I don't think The Walking Dead is in danger of any of that by any means. But do I think Negan, Simon, or the Saviors will take Carl as a hostage? I think if Carl lives, which it's a 50-50 chance of what's going on there too. Thank you, Lemon Juice. Love the channel. Appreciate it. Thank you. Does Carl become a hostage? No, I would assume Carl gets wounded and he's got to go in, to see a doctor or something, get there. Too, I don't think he gets taken hostage. I don't think there's any more hostages besides Jadis taking Rick or whatever happens with that. But I think if Carl lives, then he lives, but he's just wounded and we don't see him much. Maybe he's at the hilltop or maybe he's at the Alexandria, but there's no doctors anywhere anymore. So I don't know what his medical care would be getting if he gets stabbed, like people are saying that he gets stabbed in there too. So I don't know. I can't wait to find out for it. Myself, I've been a Walking Dead fan. I'm going to watch it to the very end. I'm very excited for that too. Dramatic Dog, I'll check out your channel and then I'll give you some tips on there. Hopefully you're a subscriber of ours. We got the gift boxes, the mystery boxes, will be coming out pretty soon. I'll make them available online on there with that. So I'm excited for that. So I will give some more information about that once we know it. Yes, I don't think Carl should die. I think Carl should stay alive on there. Please say what's up with my one-eyed or lemon juice. But do you think there will be more extended episodes this season, M. King? Great question. I think so. I think probably episode 9 will be extended. I think the finale will be extended, of course, too. And I think there'll be a little bit longer. If it's 7 minutes longer, 10 minutes longer, whatever. There's a lot of content in there. So I think, and hopefully majority of the episodes to come in season 8 will be there as well. So, great point, Lynn, that Ezekiel said they have a doctor at the kingdom. So maybe Carl goes to the kingdom to get some care. And that's shot at Tyler Perry Studios. So then we don't... he's an obstetrician, no less, I believe he said, is the word Ezekiel said. So maybe Carl's somewhere getting care, or maybe he dies, or maybe he lives, maybe he doesn't. If he dies, he does. I don't know. We'll see how it happens with the show. But overall, guys, I'm excited to see what happens. I hopefully the decisions that the writers make are good for the show, the series, for the long run down the road. I mean, people are saying that it's going to be on for 20 years. It's going to be fun for this. And hopefully they just have the right writers and the right things and the right budget and the right everything on there as well. So Sherry's alive. We didn't see her body die. Oceanside, we'll see if they come back around. I believe about that. So everybody, I think since Morales came back, a lot of people want to know about, Sherry and Heath, maybe even the Vatos, and maybe even certain characters in there too. We made a video about that, and we're talking about it in one of them there too. If you don't see the body or see the character die, technically they're still alive. So we'll see how it goes down and talk about some deaths. We're going to have some deaths and some casualties this episode 804. We knew that was going to happen the way episode 803 ended. I mean, you see blood splatter off of Kingdom people on there. We see the 50 cal being, mowing the Kingdom people down, and it's just terrible. And that happens not in the comic, but the comic is that Jerry's not in the comic. Ezekiel, Jerry should be in the comic though, but Ezekiel suffers some losses during the war, and he gets depressed. And we'll see what happens with Carol and him, and maybe Carol gets him out of the funk. But the way Ezekiel gets wounded, then we'll see what the future holds for that too. I made a whole video about Carol and the future of her. I would like Carol to take over the kingdom actually down the road from all that. So yeah, Mike, I know the Vatos died, but people are like, it's non-canon. It didn't happen on there too, but it's a deleted scene. They were killed. They went back to them on there too. But if you didn't see it happen, it didn't happen. So that's just how it works. So there you go, guys. I'm gonna be on for about 5 more minutes. Post your questions on there too. Live chat on there too. If you got a super chat, throw that through and be doing well as well. Mystery boxes coming your way. Available. Walking Dead stuff. It's gonna have some good stuff in there. Some Funkos, some cards, some of this, some of that. We got a lot of cool stuff. It'll all be Walking Dead related stuff. It'll be worth the purchases on there. I have some loose figures as well that I think people will enjoy putting in there. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's do all that as well. I got the Amazon book link, book 1 in the description below on there. We got some big stuff coming up. We got some good information going around. The filming of season 8 finale is underway on there as well. We got some people there. Hopefully, got some videos and some good content on there. Morgan's son, Dwayne, we didn't see him die, but Morgan definitely said that his wife was on him and bit him and whatever. So how would you change the story plot? Great question, Diana Matthews. I would have changed it all the way in the very beginning, season 2. I would have changed with Shane being alive and Shane leaving, and that would have changed the whole dynamic. And then Shane comes back and changes everything. Maybe he comes back to the prison, or maybe he meets them in Virginia or something, and maybe he's with the military or something happens. I would have had Shane still be alive. Would have been the major thing that I would have changed on there too. So where's the book question? Thank you, Mike Allen. I appreciate you liking the books. awesome. Everyone that has read them has liked them, and that's a great thing. I just need more people to get around to liking them and reading them and doing that as well. So it's just got to be out there. I don't know if I can get marketing done or something on there, but I'm an independent, publisher and independent writer on that too. I don't have a company that I do that. So, but people are liking the stories and people are liking the content on there too. So stay tuned. Book 4 will be out very soon, and I'll let you know. I'll do a whole video about that, keeping you guys in the know for that. Yes, Heartbreak tonight. Yeah, the great question, Diana. More looting, more shelter. I would have got more of a survival feel to it. The Walking Dead is about the people, not the walkers. That's just the problem. But the people are the real problem, and the people are what we care about. We don't really care about the walkers, even though they have some cool stuff, and a burnt one, electrified one, and acid burn, and this, and the well walker and stuff. But ultimately, the people are what we're cared about. I would have seen people, robbing stuff and then get devoured by walkers or something and stuff. But overall, people have done different studies and said like 60% of the world would be dead instantly in a zombie apocalypse from the the virus, or from the people being devoured or trying to save people. The walkers would just, or the zombies or whatever you call them, would take people out right away. So we would have far less people on there too. So I would change a lot of that as well. But overall, I think The Walking Dead is pretty cool. It's a nice, great escape on there too. So I think Daryl, I'm just answering a bunch of questions. So Daryl, I think, is around to the very end, if not one of the last 2 seasons of it. Clementine will not be on the show. She's just she's a character from the video game. They're going to separate these worlds on there. Well, Shane never had a wife there, Lemon Juice. Whispers, I would assume we see them at the earliest would be the very end of season 8, or they're mentioned or something, the very end of season 8 or the early part of season 9, the halfway point of season 9. I would assume they come around where everything is good on there for that. Thank you, ACC, on there. Very cool for the super chat on there. Very awesome. Just doing some rapid fire answering. Do you think Morgan won the fight, or Jesus, beat up Morgan bad? Jesus would beat up anybody in the world of the zombie apocalypse that we know of. Unless he fought, Chuck Liddell, who was still alive, or like Anderson Silva or GSP on there as a MMA fighter on there. But Kirkman doesn't like bringing super strong people from that too. He likes to have the underdog be valuable in this, like Carol. She was a broken, battered woman, and now she's a badass. Daryl was a broken person during his, and now he's there too. So Jesus, I don't know if he was a martial artist or something. He clearly had some skills if he was in the military or so. I don't know what he was before all this, but he clearly is the best fighter of everything. Michonne is great with the sword, and Jesus is great with hand-to-hand combat. On there is cool, is very, very cool on there. If you like all that stuff, if you like the characters of Jesus and Shane and Morgan and Michonne and Rick and characters like that in the show, you'll definitely like my book series, because there's a lot of good things going in there. With the book series is a hodgepodge of like Walking Dead, Zombieland, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Z Nation, all the stuff that I like about that world thrown into a world, in my world of the zombie apocalypse. So if you like that kind of stuff, you'll definitely like my books on there too for it. So I like Cray Cray Morgie. I like the way he is. I like him having some ability to control himself, but I like him just taking people out. When he was going through the outpost and just like shooting, taking them out, that was pretty awesome. There's no way you could be like, oh man, he's going nuts. I don't really like this. It was pretty cool. Morgan makes it to the season 8 finale, guys. If you've seen my latest video, one of my latest videos, is the one about Carl on there. But I made a thing about the finale and what 4 people are confirmed for the filming of that on there, and Morgan is one of them on there too. So pretty cool. Homemade Lucille, I got one of those too by the Day of the Walkers on Instagram. Pretty awesome. I got a Lucille with real barbed wire, a real bat, real wood, and a real bullet. It's like a metal slug. It's not a real bullet, and the slug in the bat on there too. Pretty definitely the Day of the Walkers on Instagram with on Instagram. It's pretty cool on there too. I don't believe Judith dies. If it does, it could be, I doubt it would ever happen, but we don't want to see the baby die on TV. You know, maybe little kids like Sam and whatever, but overall, not a baby. That would be terrible to watch. I wouldn't do that. So, will anyone die of old age? I don't think so. I don't think that's a great question. I think no one's going to make it that far. Rick's supposed to be like 36 years old on the show, and he looks, you know, he's like some 40, 50-year-old person, and Carol's 50, and Norman Reedus is 50 years old. So my Twitter is at the PT channel. My Instagram is at the PT channel. Pretty simple. eBay is PT channel as well. All that good stuff. Patreon, PT channel. And there we go, guys. So thank you guys for joining me. And I'm sorry for the technical difficulties in the first part on there too. Carol does live, D-Man14. She's up to very last couple episodes on there too. You got an orange blanket named Shiva. Very cool, Mike Allen. Yep, got to name it Shiva. You know, going strong. Shiva lives. Maybe though after tonight, she won't on the show. But and where Carl dies of old man Carl. I hope so. I hope Carl lives. I hope Carl lives very long in the series. I hope the information, and again, the spoilers aren't saying that it's going to happen. They were giving you its unconfirmed information. So Carl hopefully lives for a long time on there too. So I will be doing these live streams on Sundays, guys. I'm not traveling for a very long time until into December, so I'll be able to do live streams except for the finale. I won't be able to do a live stream for that because I'll be traveling back from another state. But overall, guys, I'll be doing these live streams for a very long time on this Sunday at 1 o'clock. Thank you for joining me, guys. Check out the book series. If you did a super chat on there, I appreciate it. So Ruben Crespo and ACC, thank you for the super chats. Very awesome. I'll appreciate it on there too. And Patreon page, donations, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Check out the book series, my other videos, this stuff, Instagram on there. And we also, of course, have the giveaways coming up on when we hit 50,000 subscribers, and then we hit 100,000 subscribers. We're going to have massive giveaways because that's the ultimate goal, is 100,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking the time for this, taking everything for, you guys are very awesome for taking the time here, posting the questions and being involved with it. So thank you guys for all that. Thank you guys for paying attention, and you're welcome. ACC, enjoy the episode tonight. I will be doing a review of it. I will be doing on there. Thank you, Diana. You have a nice Sunday as well. Everyone, have a good day. Enjoy the episode tonight. And I will have videos tonight talking about the review and the preview for next week's episode, 805, and the review of tonight's episode. So thank you guys for watching, and you guys are awesome.